It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up next is the Commanders, leader at quarterback. He's your top dog in the league this season, ranking first in passing yards. It's the Commanders and the Dolphins, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Braxton Berrios now from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his 4th NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
Okay.
Now they'll send Waddle in motion left. Now he's going to get it on the jet sweep. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Again, it's Robinson. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 47. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. 24 carries, 110 yards in the score.
Yeah, he could very well be on his way to a rushing title, but guess what? His offensive line, they're meeting separately because they want that rushing title as much as he does, and they want to make sure they get him there.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Trey McBride, the intended receiver.
And it's 3rd and 4.
You talk about this Miami defense.
This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Looking to throw. Daniels. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 63 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6. Here's Tua. Caught left side. It's Beckham. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. So Tua making the completion there. What's different about playing a left-handed quarterback like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body squared around and make those throws that he's used to making. The next part is he's a dart thrower. Loves those short to intermediate routes first. Sit on those and make him throw the deep ball. Not that he's not capable, but you want him to prove it to you first.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. They complete it to Hill. Shifts by him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Tua. And his throw here's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert. And he'll be brought down shy of the 1st down marker at the 11. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So on 4th down, Dolphin kicker Jason Sanders comes on from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Sanders is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Hardman will elect not to bring this out, and the football will be on the 25-yard line. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We're watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line. Back to throw. Daniels. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Operating from the gun. Daniels.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5.
Looking to throw. Daniels firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Yeah, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they've put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him.
He's on his way.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Devon Achane with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are.
The ball comes out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
Defensively, well done to jar that free. I'll tell you what, though, offensively, he's got to be lucky after the catch and the fumble that didn't go too far away from him.
And the way the football is shaped, it's not built to bounce true, is it? It can squirt in any direction and move in any way. He was so lucky. Thank his lucky stars, he was able to get that one back.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 5. Robinson up the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. 69 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They'll run again here with Robinson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's complete to Jones. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 22-yard line. Back to throw. Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Washington offense stringing together a couple of good pickups. It's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Robinson is in. Touchdown, Washington. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Brian Robinson. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Tagovailoa. Over the middle to Beckham. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Now Tua on the bootleg here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. You talk about this Washington defense. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the...
There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 17-10 score. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. It'll be a 9-yard gain that time, and it'll also be the final play of this first quarter. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second down and a yard. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Shoves him away, and he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 97 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Out route, he finds his man, it's Jones. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. Back to throw again. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And out of bounds right around the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be 4th down. They'll look to throw again. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Right back to Achane on second down.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
2 yards, good enough for a first. On play action, here's Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Commanders are going to take possession as they got it at the 42-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10
at their own 42. Off the play fake. Daniels.
This is taken in by McBride.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Handoff now to Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Robinson with another carry.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
But you do need to know as a young quarterback that if you're going to spread the field, the ball's got to come out quick, and you have to know where to go with the football, really in pre-snap. Identify where you want to go and get rid of it.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
Devon Achane of the offense ready to go once again.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Tua's throw complete there to Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Tua now on 1st down. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
And that's a wise decision. Remember, he threw the pick on the last drive. This time he says, I'm not forcing one. I'm just getting it out of here.
Tua to try again on 2nd down.
It's caught by OBJ.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And again, it's Tagovailoa. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
Couple of Alabama guys there. Tua to Waddle for the Miami first. A run straight ahead with Achane.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Achane here. They stay on the ground.
And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jonathan Allen in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there.
That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg, but how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you've set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? Looking to throw on second down. Daniels.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. They run the draw here with Robinson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Operating from the gun, Daniels.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
So now first and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice game.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
Alert! Alert! Check!
Robinson.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Brian Robinson Jr.
with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And you know how often we use the term, probably I overuse the term, imposing their will? Well, these defenses have become really powerless to stop him. That's what we've seen from him and his team this year. You know he's getting the ball down here in the red zone, but he's just got that strength of will himself, and he's used it to great effect.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Berrios going to bring this out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Miami's offense set and ready to go.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
It'll be a gain of 5. 3rd and 7 now.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here comes 3rd down and 7. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
Got the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away.
And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
On 1st and 10, Daniels looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Daniels.
He's got this downfield to McBride.
Touchdown, Washington.
Trey McBride.
39 yards as they have taken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up when we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. McManus's point after is good, and that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he returns this to the 22.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
He'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive.
Tua going to try and go quickly here.
On 2nd down, Tua. And a loose football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Daniels got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Trey McBride with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now McManus for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. Tua's throw there taken in by Smith. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Tagovailoa.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Steven Nelson. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. They were in the dime. They had 6 defensive backs there. So go ahead and throw it. He threw it, and it hurt him.
It's almost thrown into a blanket of coverage, isn't it? You talk about the best defenders you have are the defensive backs. 6 of them on the field. You're almost asking for trouble, and that's exactly what they ran into. Ended up throwing a pick 6.
Yeah, 6 defenders and 6 points. McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
And that's a lesson learned from the previous drive. Last time he forced one, and it turned into a pick 6. Here, he knows better, and he just throws that one away.
Tua, the final shot before half. Trying to lob it in there, but it's incomplete. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. C.D. Lamb leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we'll skip over to Louisiana to check in on the Saints at home in New Orleans. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. K.J. Osborne a touchdown reception. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He's over 100 yards rushing for the game already and found the end zone twice as well.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing on first down. Daniels. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Daniels goes right back to McBride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it. Give him 32 on the play.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Operating from the gun. Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Zay Jones from 10 yards out. And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long, and this time that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle, Achane. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. From the gun, it's Tua. And it's incomplete. With that matchup, the adjustment that was made, you have a blazing guy on a blazing guy, and defensively, he won that battle.
The closing speed is the key. When you have a guy that fast and he can close at the end of a play and knock it away, that's a big deal, and we just saw him do it right there.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage. But right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward. And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Pressure comes and down he goes. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Across the formation, Hardman gets the completion. A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. Back to throw. Daniels. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Running right, here's Achane.
And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From midfield, here's Tua. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Tua sets up to pass it.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Down several scores and playing behind the chains is not the way to have success in this one. Right now, if you're the offensive line, your big concern, protecting your quarterback, and even a chance to try and throw something downfield to pick up the needed yardage.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Hardman on the return.
That'll go as a 39-yard punt. Give him 9 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense.
He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see it back. Just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well. Jones goes diving, and he's got it. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
137 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big 3rd quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders just continue to roll. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill.
And Hill is going to have a Dolphins 1st down as he'll get this up to the 43.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa over the middle to Beckham. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the Commanders' 47-yard line.
Off of play action. Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Miami.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Tua on the bootleg here. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First and goal, Miami.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit.
What a call there on the quarterback draw. You want to spread the field and just tell your QB, hey, find a lane and go. And he's able to get the defense in a vulnerable spot and then take it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Mecole Hardman. This taken in right around the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A nice stick and stop for a loss there from Jalen Phillips. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That is incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And this returnable for Hill. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. Miami set to take over. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Running left, Achane. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Looking to pass. Tua. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Tua going to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. There's Jamin Davis, the former Kentucky Wildcat, bringing the pressure that time.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently.
139 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple. Again, it's Robinson. Oh, what a move. Fighting through it. He's got space. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Daniels over the middle, brought in by Dotson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Daniels. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And he's going to have a Commanders first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. On the draw, Robinson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Along the sideline, making the connection to Hardman.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So they say he went out of bounds, came back in, then touched the football.
Can't be the first guy to touch it when you come back in bounds. That's why the penalty goes against him. Have to know where you are on the field.
To throw on 2nd down, Daniels. Pass to the right, and he's got McBride. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
McManus's point after is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Now a 3rd and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Jonathan Allen picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
He was NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. No sign of Tua departing. 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on fourth down. They're now 1 for 3 on fourth down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on fourth down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have fourth down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
On third down, Daniels. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now Tua.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
Throw right side here going to be incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here's Hardman to return.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
And the Washington offense going back to work. And right about now, heck, they might be wishing they did not have a bye week coming up next week. It appears they're going to go into that week off in high spirits as they've got this one well in hand.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. Looking to throw. Daniels.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the 4th quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no.
This week, a big yes.
On first down, Daniels. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yo, what's up, SV? Stop hating, B. Stop hating, B. I mean, this is me just coaching. Me coaching, B. Me coaching. But I got the roster. I just downloaded some new rosters with all the rookies in it. And so far, all the moves that's happened. And that's how the new, if you're still there, that's how the rosters is in there, SV. Doing a whole new franchise with the new rosters.
Daniels. Throw out wide is incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking
Yo, what up, Josh? What's going on?
That way when the drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it, and they do so right there.
Escapes the defender. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Miami's offense set and ready to go. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. He'll hit Mostert again here. So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Tua. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. One final try for Tagovailoa. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides.
It was a good bounce-back game after the loss, though. The bad overtime loss to Dallas last week. We bounced back pretty strong. Good win over Miami. Great total win.
You both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Commanders, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.